I sat on the sofa in a daze. I knew that my husband Song Hao-yu had been in the late stage of liver cancer for a week. He was only 28 years old. How could he have liver cancer in the late stage? I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't dare to tell him, for fear that he couldn't accept it. My wife is discussing something with you. My husband's voice came from the side. I looked at him in confusion. I was thinking too hard just now, and I didn't even know when he would come back. Song Hao-yu looked at me eagerly, and asked me if I could agree to it first. He looked helpless. I felt a little distressed. Thinking that he had advanced cancer and would not live for a few days, I nodded with a soft heart. Song Hao-yu smiled and said, I have a friend who has advanced cancer. He is an orphan. Can I take him home to take care of him? When I heard that he had advanced cancer, my heart skipped a beat. Who is it? Song Hao-yu got up to open the door. My high school classmate, my wife, you are so nice. I love you so much. There was a woman standing outside the door. She looked familiar. I thought about it and remembered that she was Song Hao-yu's first love. I had seen their photos together. My face sank. Song Hao-yu pulled her into the house. She smiled and said, Xin, come in. He has agreed to take care of you together. When did I agree to take care of him together? I'm not his mother. Why should I take care of him? Song Hao-yu is crazy. I was a little angry and asked in a muffled voice, when did you two rekindle your old love? Meng Hao-yu said coldly to Qin Man, can you stop talking nonsense with your mouth open? Xin is sick, it's very serious. Do you want to piss her off to death? I don't know whether I will be responsible for this kind of pissing to death. I shouldn't go to jail. Well, if I can't bear it, I will piss them off to death. I pouted with disdain, aren't you first love? I don't believe it if there is no such thing. The woman's face flushed instantly and she said pitifully, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have disturbed you. I just don't want to have any regrets in my life. He didn't want to have any regrets, so he confidently asked someone else's husband to take care of him. I was about to yell back, but Song Hao-yu was heartbroken. He hugged her in his arms with red eyes. Xin, I won't let you die. I will make you happy every day. Looking at the two people hugging each other tightly, I laughed. Sure enough, God has eyes. Song Hao-yu's cancer is also arranged by God. They are a perfect match. Xin nestled in the man's arms and she said softly, Sister, don't get angry with patients with advanced cancer. You still have a long time to enjoy life. And I was about to cry as he spoke, which made Song Hao-yu feel so distressed. Indeed, there is nothing to say to two people who will not live for a few days. I don't plan to tell him about Song Hao-yu's condition. I looked at them with a smile. Okay, I won't argue with the dead. Song Hao-yu, we will get a divorce tomorrow. You can do whatever you want. Song Hao-yu was unwilling. His face was full of shock. Didn't his wife say that we would take care of Xin together? You are so kind, you will definitely agree. I slapped him. It was really shameless how you didn't react. And a red slap mark quickly appeared on his face. My hands were painful and numb. Even the strength of sucking milk was used. Xin was shocked. Sister, are you very kind? How can you hit people? I didn't think about breaking you up. I came to join you. I still want to morally kidnap me. It's wishful thinking. Song Hao-yu covered his face and stared at me. Qin man, you disappoint me so much. You were not like this before. Xin is already very pitiful. How can you do this? I looked at him coldly. He was a normal man. How could he change when he met his first love? The charm of first love is so great. I leaned against the door and reached out to get the feather duster on the cabinet. Song Hao-yu, what do you want? The man forced a smile. Wife, you cook delicious food. Why don't you quit your job and stay at home to take care of Xin? I will earn money to support you. This man is mentally ill. Is he treating me as a fool? I pulled out the feather duster next to him and hit him. Song Hao-yu screamed in pain. Qin man, are you sick? You can donate 10,000 yuan even when a stranger is sick. Why don't you help Xin? How can this be compared? I have seen him as white. The reluctance in my heart has disappeared. He, Song Hao-yu, deserves to have advanced liver cancer. Xin stood by and cried. Sister, don't hit brother Hao. He just feels sorry for me and sympathizes with me. He loves you the most. I almost vomited and I hit Song Hao-yu harder. Divorce now, if not, I'll beat you to death. Song Hao-yu grabbed the feather duster. He looked at me coldly. Qin man, you really want to divorce me? You were the one who chased me back then. You said you would be with me forever. Damn, I must have been blind back then. How could I fall in love with such a man? I really regret it. I trembled with my hands, pretending to be relaxed. You said it was in the past. I've been tired of it for so many years. Look at your fat beer belly. You can shave a big round face that can be fried with 2 tails of oil 1 minute each time. What else can I like about you? Song Hao-yu's face was flushed, and he breathed heavily. Qin man, you are looking for death. You are an old hen that can't lay eggs after 3 years of marriage. Who else would want to accept me? I put my hands on my hips. I have had a physical checkup and there is nothing wrong with me, but you always refuse to go for the checkup. You must be infertile. Song Hao-yu rolled his eyes in anger. How is it possible? Xin got pregnant with my child at the first try. It must be that you are infertile. Xin blushed. Sister, that was a long time ago. Don't be angry. I'm too lazy to be angry. Why should I be angry with two idiots with terminal cancer? I can only sigh that God has eyes. I will definitely do more good things in the future. I glanced at Song Hao-yu. Now I'm giving you two choices. Either you leave the house and get divorced or you become famous in the whole unit. It's not clear whether you can keep your job then. If you lose your job, how can you support your first love who is in the terminal stage of cancer? He got pregnant with your child. You won't ignore him, will you? Song Hao-yu stared at me as if I were an enemy. Chin man, you are looking for death. You'd better take back what you said just now, otherwise don't blame me for turning against you. I'm really scared to death. Has he forgotten that there is a surveillance camera at home, and everything he did just now was recorded? Song Hao-yu and I are in the same unit. As long as I send a copy of the video to each leader, his job will definitely be in vain. Chan Xinshin patted Song Hao-yu's chest gently. Brother Hao, don't be angry. As long as I can stay by your side, I will die without regrets. I cannot go to the hospital, just take some painkillers. I am not afraid of death, I am just afraid of living alone. Song Hao-yu was heartbroken again. He hugged Chan Xinshin in his arms again. Xinshin, I won't leave you alone. I will let my mother take care of you now. Watching the two of them in love, I almost couldn't help vomiting if I hadn't been there. They might not be able to help that. Song Hao-yu's mother is not easy to get along with, except for his son. No one can take advantage of him. He can only say that the dishes are cooked and delicious. Not at all. I hope Chan Xinshin can eat it. I took out my mobile phone and called my bestie Tian Tian. After explaining the situation, I turned around and went to collect the luggage. Now I can only stay at my best friend's house temporarily for a while. Tian Tian is a police officer, and she is also very good at fighting. Song Hao-yu is most afraid of him. I only collect valuables. I threw away all the clothes that I didn't wear before but couldn't bear to throw away. Song Hao-yu was furious. Chin man, you really want to leave me? Xinshin doesn't have much time left. Can't you just endure it? He's almost dead. Can't you be more generous? You are a good person, you will definitely accept him. I looked up at him. The oil on his face was shining, his eyes were slightly narrowed, and he could talk too much. There was white foam at the corners of his mouth, and he looked very sloppy. I'm sure I don't like it anymore. Song Hao-yu and Tian Tian are coming to pick me up. You'd better be honest, otherwise we'll meet at the police station. I've asked for leave for you. See you at the Civil Affairs Bureau at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you don't come, you will bear the consequences. By the way, the surveillance video of your madness just now has been sent to Tian Tian. You have the guts to ask him for it. Song Hao-yu's eyes reddened. Then are you so cruel that you have to divorce me? I've been so good to you, can you really bear to do it? Brought the first love back home, this is called good. I originally wanted to treat him well, don't let yourself regret it. Now I just want to say that Chan Xinshin came at the right time. I don't want to spend a penny on him. Song Hao-yu, you are the only kind-hearted person in the world. You just take good care of Chan Xinshin. The family savings belong to me, the car belongs to me. I don't want this house, is that good enough? My family gave 200,000 for the down payment of the house, I think. It's dirty and they will die here in the future. The economy is bad now, it's hard to sell it. I don't want it anymore anyway. The savings are more than 300,000, and the car was bought for more than 200,000, so it's not a loss. Song Hao-yu doesn't agree. You have to leave the house if you want a divorce. Xinshin is sick and needs money. You won't be so vicious, right? Suddenly I'm very glad that we don't have children. It's definitely not okay with such a father's genes. I will feel guilty if I don't want children. Fortunately, Song Hao-yu, I smiled slightly. If so, I will send the video to the unit tomorrow, one copy for each person so that everyone can see what kind of person you are. Song Hao-yu punched the wall. Come on, Chin man, you are threatening me again. I nodded. If you keep pushing me, I want to fight for the house again. Finally, Song Hao-yu compromised. He asked me to write a letter of guarantee that I would never give the video to anyone in the unit. I agreed. After all, the video is in Tian Tian's hands. With his temper, he will never let Song Hao-yu off easily. Not long after, Tian Tian came with his two 190 centimeters tall male colleagues to help me move. Song Hao-yu's face turned pale with fright. Tian Tian glanced around and finally his eyes stopped on Chan Xinshin. Song Hao-yu, do you remember what I said at the beginning? The man pointed to the camera and said, I tell you there are surveillance cameras here. If you dare to hit me, I will report to the police. Tian Tian glanced at the surveillance camera and gave a look to the colleague behind him. With a bang, the surveillance camera was smashed to pieces. Song Hao-yu shuddered and pulled Chan Xinshin out. He trembled in his voice. Xinshin is in the late stage of cancer and may faint at any time. If you dare to touch us, we will lie on the ground immediately and no one can get up. Tian Tian raised her hand and was about to beat her. I quickly stopped her, pulled her aside, and whispered a few words. Song Hao-yu's condition, the girlfriend's attack, was not ordinary. It would not be cost-effective to go to the hospital and find out that he has advanced cancer. I don't want Song Hao-yu to know about this. Tian Tian smiled happily and asked colleagues to move. Now there are people, as long as I can take away. I will move the door outwards, smash the bed, and even ask them to take down the curtains. If it wasn't too troublesome to smash the floor, I would do it together. Song Hao-yu stood by, angry but not saying anything. Chan Xin could only cry. It was already late at night after we moved. I invited them to a barbecue stall for a meal. I ordered a box of beer, drank 2 bottles, and cried while hugging my bestie. We were in love for 2 years and married for 3 years. It would be a lie to say I wasn't sad. It's because I have a stubborn personality and my self-esteem is overflowing. I am the type who would rather lose than lose the battle. When I'm drunk, I can cry without worry. Anyway, I will never admit it tomorrow, even if you kill me. The next day, I was woken up by the alarm clock. I rubbed my swollen and aching head and regretted drinking 2 bottles of beer. After all, that scumbag was not. It's worth it. I secretly swore in my heart that I would never drink again. When I left the room, my bestie was busy in the kitchen. I tiptoed slightly, hugged her shoulders and said with a smile, Girl, aren't you going to work today? Tian Tian is 178 centimeters tall. and I'm only 160 centimeters. I don't want to admit defeat, so I always like to tiptoe to comfort myself. It happens that I have nothing to do today, so I'll go to the Civil Affairs Bureau with you to get things done. Oh my good Chinese bestie. I was moved and drank 3 bowls of millet porridge. Tian glared at me and asked why she didn't tell me earlier that she had advanced cancer. I held her hand and shook it left and right, and admitted my mistake obediently. I was very busy with work those days and I was struggling with what to do in my free time. I didn't even tell my parents because I knew their choice. I didn't want to give up Song Haoyu at that time. Now I think it's really stupid. When I arrived at the Civil Affairs Bureau, Song Haoyu and Chan Xinxin were waiting at the door. Both of them looked bad, but I was very happy. When the staff advised us to think about it again, I refused and pointed at Chan Xinxin to look at his first love. I couldn't win. Song Haoyu blushed and slowly said, "If you are willing, the 3 of us can live together." Tian slapped him. "You are ugly, but you are dreaming. You still want to have a threesome. Believe it or not, I will beat you to death." Song Haoyu's tears came out in pain. Chan Xinxin was so distressed that she couldn't bear it. "Don't hit him. It's all my fault. Let me die, okay? He is trying to threaten me with death." I pouted and said, "Okay, die now. If you die now, I won't divorce you. We are married." Chan Xinxin cried with tears in her eyes. Song Haoyu held, "Don't be afraid of her hand, I will protect you." She turned her head and looked at me. "Chin man, you really make me feel sick. You don't even let go of the dying people." Just finished speaking, Tian slapped her in the face again. Song Haoyu glanced at her bestie. She covered her face with a divorce and immediately left. The staff was shocked, and after reacting, they quickly handled the formalities. Things went very smoothly thanks to my bestie's help. I decided to make her a few more big meals. The next day I put on a light makeup and went to work in high spirits downstairs of the unit. At noon, Song Haoyu entered the leader's office. Not long after, he called me in. I didn't expect him to come so soon. The leader coughed lightly. The relationship was broken. It's okay, but it can't affect the work. I don't want to distract employees during working hours. I nodded obediently. I still like this job very much and must work hard to cooperate. Okay, Mr. Wang, I will work hard. Men are unreliable. Making money is the most important thing. I turned my head to look at Song Haoyu, hoping that colleague Song would not fall in love during working hours and cause colleagues to talk about it, and then drag me into it. A trace of hatred flashed in Song Haoyu's eyes, and I smiled even more happily. After get off work, I declined my colleague's invitation. I met my bestie downstairs. She must be worried that I would be bullied. Ying was so moved. I patted her on the shoulder. "Girl, just tell me what you want to eat. I will make it for you personally." Tian glanced behind me, smiled and said that you like everything you make. I turned my head and saw that it was Song Haoyu. The lingering guy, I snorted coldly. Unlucky Song Haoyu was so angry that his hands were shaking. It was obvious that he heard it. If it weren't for Tian was beside us and we couldn't avoid another quarrel. Oh, now as long as he is unhappy, I will be very happy. When I got home, I made a big meal for Tian. After eating, we lay on the sofa. I whispered to my bestie, "Do you think I should tell my parents? I'm afraid they will worry and that Song Haoyu will cause trouble for them. If I don't tell them, what if something happens? Song Haoyu is not a good person." Tian was about to speak when my phone rang. It was my mother calling. My bestie and I looked at each other and she nodded at me. I pressed the answer button and asked, Man, where are you? Haoyu said you have advanced cancer and it will cost 300,000 for surgery." Song Haoyu, that bitch, he has advanced cancer. I couldn't catch my breath and kept coughing. Tian took the phone and helped me to breathe while softly replying, "Auntie, I'm Tian. I live with Man now. Song Haoyu is in love with his first love and Man has already completed the divorce procedures with him. You must not give him money." My mother was so shocked that she couldn't speak. I had just finished coughing and took the phone from Tian. "Mom, I'm fine. Song Haoyu's first love has terminal cancer. He needs money, so he wanted to cheat you." The other party breathed a sigh of relief. "Fortunately, it wasn't you. Song Haoyu was very anxious and asked us to transfer money immediately. He said you were unconscious. I didn't believe it. I called you several times before I got through. I was scared to death. Your dad even packed his luggage, so how could he not get through?" I looked at the signal and it was very bad. Tian opened the door and went out. After a while, she brought back a signal jammer from outside. No wonder I couldn't get through. It was obvious who did it. I hurriedly asked, "Mom, you didn't transfer money to him, did you? If you don't answer the phone again, I will make money." Mom's tone was full of relief. I drank a sip of water to calm myself down, and then said seriously, "Mom, you just block Song Haoyu's number directly, and don't listen to anything he says in the future. If I have something, I will only let Tian tell you. Don't be angry. Song Haoyu has terminal liver cancer and won't live long. Don't fight him. I know their tempers. If Song Haoyu wasn't sick, why don't you respect him?" Granny Qian was stunned for a moment, took a long breath and said, "Haoyu is still young." He was confused for a moment. "It will be fine after a while when he figures it out. You had such a good relationship before. You can't divorce because of a woman. You want to die." In his opinion, 28 is still young. I sighed. "Auntie, that was his first love. You even had an abortion for him. That is his sweetheart. You are Song Haoyu's mother. You should understand him. Being happy is the most important thing." Granny Qian's face turned black, and I laughed even happier. "Auntie is sincere. My heart is beating. I'm going to die. The dead are the greatest. You should fulfill their wishes." I fucked him in his ears. I also heard that some diseases are contagious, so you have to be careful. Granny Qian was stunned where she was. I turned around and left gracefully. I walked a long way. Her voice came from behind me. Slowly, I drove her away. "Can you come back?" I waved my hand. No, I don't want garbage. I think it's dirty. The people in the Song family are really ugly and wishful. Jean man, you will regret it. Granny Chan yelled loudly. I was too lazy to pay attention to her and pretended not to hear her. Why does it take a month to get the certificate? A cooling off period is required for marriage. Okay, there are still more than 10 days. I hope Song Hao you can be a little better. Some things are not amazing. The next day, Chan Xinxin came to the company to find me with red eyes. Her aggrieved look made some male colleagues sympathize with her. It was really annoying. If he hadn't been in the late stage of cancer, I would have beaten him up long ago. Chan Xinxin cried and said, I know you hate me, but how can you let your mother-in-law drive me away? I have no parents and only brother Hao is a relative. Do you want to force me to death? Song Hao you walked over. Jean man, why are you so vicious? Xinxin won't live long. Can't you be more generous? I watched them coldly and kept enlightening themselves. Don't bother with the dead. Chan Xinxin threw herself into Song Hao Yu's arms. Brother Hao, why doesn't everyone like me? I just want to stay by your side. Colleagues at the company all ran over to watch the fun. I felt so innocent and my hands were itching. I said coldly to Chan Xinxin, I have already completed the divorce procedures with Song Hao Yu, and now I have nothing to do with the Song family. Your mother-in-law wants to drive you away, that's your family affair, what does it have to do with me? Chan Xinxin raised her head from Song Hao Yu's arms, her face full of sadness, but mother-in-law saw you yesterday, and asked me to get out when she came back, it must be you who said bad things about me. I laughed out of anger, looking at him with contempt. Chan Xinxin, you must know who you are, you have no job, no income, and your health is not good, how could he like you? No wonder Chan Xinxin's face turned red, her tears fell down. I don't want to be sick, I also want to earn money to buy a car and a house for brother Hao, but my body doesn't allow it. Why are you forcing me? Instantly, the colleagues who were watching the excitement around had sympathy in their eyes. Fortunately, there are some sober people who are so funny. Just because they are sick, they can be a mistress with a clear conscience. Why are they pretending? We are all women. It's not that the weaker one is right. They stole the man but can't deal with the mother-in-law, and they blame the ex-wife. They are so shameless. God really has eyes. Such people deserve cancer. People who talk about death every day are the ones who are most reluctant to die. If they want to die, just die directly. Threatening with death every day is so disgusting. Chan Xinxin cried even more sadly. I looked at Song Hao Yu speechless. Please control your wife and don't let her out to bite people. This is a workplace, a place for you to make a scene. You have delayed everyone's work. Can you take the responsibility, Song Hao Yu? You pushed Chan Xinxin away, and he said softly, Xinxin, I will go back and talk to my mother clearly in the evening, don't worry, I will never abandon you. Chan Xinxin didn't say anything, but just sobbed softly. Song Hao Yu sighed and whispered a few words in Chan Xinxin's ear, and then Chan Xinxin left obediently. Song Hao Yu bowed deeply to everyone and said, I am deeply sorry for disturbing everyone's work. Xinxin has advanced gastric cancer and tends to think too much. Don't take him seriously. Suddenly a female colleague asked in confusion, why did you choose a woman with advanced cancer to divorce your wife for him? What do you think? Song Hao Yu didn't answer. He didn't dare to say it. Taking her home as he wanted me to take care of her, and had no intention of getting a divorce. If he dared to say that, he would forget about staying in the company. Someone whispered, Song Hao Yu is stupid. He doesn't want a good wife but a woman with advanced cancer. Chan Xinxin has no job and no social security, but it costs a lot of money to see a doctor. Song Hao Yu glared at me and left quickly. He finally made it to the day before getting the certificate. Song Hao Yu regretted it. He said, Man, I can't bear to leave you. I don't want to divorce you. You should move back. I rolled my eyes at him and slapped him twice. Song Hao Yu, believe it or not, I will send the video to the group now. I also have the recording of the phone call when you defrauded my parents that day. 10,000 is not a small amount. I'm going to call the police and keep a criminal record for you. It will be useful when I file for divorce in the future. The more I thought about it, the angrier I got. I slapped him twice more. This month I've been enduring it because I wanted to get the divorce certificate smoothly. Song Hao Yu covered his face. Jean man, you disappoint me so much. You're a shrew. If you hit me again, I'll fight back. Now that we haven't got the certificate, it doesn't count as intentional injury. I nodded repeatedly and took out an electric baton from my bag. Yes, beating you now doesn't count as intentional injury. This month I have all kinds of protective equipment in my bag, all of which were picked out for me by my bestie. Song Hao Yu got scared. He took a big step back. Jean man, I don't agree with the last time the division of property. If you give me another 100,000, I will agree to divorce. I knew he did it for money. Chan Xinxin needed money for medical treatment, and his mother would never agree to sell the house, so she set her sights on me. I played a beautiful stick flower on him, which was also taught to me by my best friend. Song Hao Yu took another step back, and a trace of fear flashed in his eyes. I smiled and said, forget it, let's not get a divorce. I will beat you with a stick every day. Song Hao Yu was so angry that he screamed, but he didn't dare to get close to me. Jean man, what do you want? I just want 100,000 yuan. You were so gentle and considerate before. How did you become like this? I don't know if I haven't experienced this. I know he is such a shameless person. Some people really can't judge a person by his appearance. I also want to ask, what do you want to do? You want me to support your first love. Do you have any shame? If you can't afford it, don't support such a shameful thing. The more I thought about it, the angrier I got. I hit him next to me with a stick. Although it was just air, it made a crackling sound of electricity. Meng Hao Yu was so scared that he took another step back. Jean man, can you give me 50,000? I won't bother you again. I don't have a penny on me now, and I can't sell the house. I can't do anything about it. The economy is bad now, and houses are indeed hard to sell, but what does this have to do with me? I pointed at his nose and nagging, but he didn't. After the divorce, I will move back with Tian Tian and beat you up every day. Song Haoyu was so scared that he shuddered. He had seen Tian Tian catch a thief, but he dared not recall that scene. I smiled and said, your mother has money, just ask her for it. Also, I warn you, if you don't get the certificate tomorrow, don't even think about getting a divorce. I will beat you 3 times a day, and each time will be different. You will help me suppress you every day, and I will beat you myself. After all, we are husband and wife, so it cannot be considered intentional injury. Song Haoyu trembled and twisted his body for a long time. I spat at him and said, see you at the Civil Affairs Bureau at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you don't show up, just wait for my revenge. I kept my word. The next day, I took Tian Tian to the Civil Affairs Bureau. At 10:10, Song Haoyu brought Chan Xinshin here. Song Haoyu was in a suit and Chan Xinshin was in a red cheongsam. Both of them had happy smiles on their faces. Tian Tian whispered about scumbag men and bitches. I shrugged, looking indifferent. I had let it go a long time ago. After getting the divorce certificate, Song Haoyu smiled and said, I'm getting a marriage certificate with Xinshin today. Shouldn't you say congratulations? I nodded and wished you infertility and a large house with children and grandchildren. I wish you a happy and harmonious life together. Song Haoyu and Chan Xinshin's faces turned black. I pouted. What's wrong? Are you not satisfied? Otherwise, I will say a few more words. The two left quickly. I took Tian Tian to celebrate my single happiness. This time I accidentally drank too much again. Tian Tian said to me that I cried and laughed after being drunk like a lunatic. If we were not friends, he would not want to pick me up and take me home. I didn't recognize me. Anyway, I didn't know anything when I was drunk. Second, I had just sat down at my workstation when Song Haoyu started handing out invitations one by one. My colleagues were all stunned and kept looking at me. The colleague next to me pulled me aside and whispered, Man, it's a good thing you're divorced. This is a complete scumbag. His smile felt so fake. I'm not going to his wedding. It's unlucky, I whispered. He's crazy because he's poor. The house can't be sold, his mother won't give him money, and his first love still has to see a doctor. He's specifically taking advantage of you. Yeah, I'm his ex-wife. He must be embarrassed to give me an invitation. If he dares to give me one. I haven't finished speaking when Song Haoyu's voice comes. Xinshin and I are getting married in Sanqing Township this Saturday. You must come then. The colleague next to me laughed so hard that he couldn't straighten his waist. I'm fucking convinced. Song Haoyu, are you crazy because you're poor? Do you want me to mess things up? I couldn't help it. My voice was a little loud, and all the colleagues around me looked over. Song Haoyu blushed. We sincerely invited you. We want to get your blessing. This is Xinshin's wish. I want to satisfy her. I applauded her. What she said was really nice. Fortunately, I don't have any feelings for her. Otherwise, I will be angry to death. Okay, I will take Tian Tian and his colleagues there. By the way, I just divorced the scumbag recently. I have no money on hand, so I won't give you the gift money. You won't be unhappy. Song Haoyu had a fake smile on his face. It's good that you come. We are not for the gift money. I looked at the colleagues around. Did you hear me? We just need to go. The gift is not important as long as the intention is there. The colleagues nodded one after another, patted Song Haoyu on the shoulder, saying that he was generous. Song Haoyu's smile became even faker. A colleague gave me a thumbs up. The little guy has got the certificate. I am not at all embarrassed now. Don't look at me. Don't be angry to death. Show 6. I took Tian Tian with me. I packed a big red envelope, but it didn't contain money, but Song Haoyu's cancer diagnosis, and some photos of Chan Xinshin recently dating different men, loving each other. I hope she will like this gift. To be honest, Chan Xinshin's experience is so good. I think he may not be sick. Song Haoyu pinched the thickness, smiled and said welcome. Tian Tian winked at me, and I took him inside to eat and find a good seat to watch the show. It was past 12 noon and everyone was waiting for the bride and groom. The host had already sung 5 songs on the stage, and it felt like he was about to cry. While everyone was talking about it, Song Haoyu finally appeared on the scene with a dark face. It seemed that he had opened the red envelope and had a long ideological struggle, but decided to finish the wedding. He was too impatient, otherwise he would definitely be much happier. The host finally showed up. Smile after asking the bride to come out. Song Haoyu's eyelids rolled up and he fell on the stage. Chan Xinshin's face was covered with thick powder, and her face seemed to be fatter than before. Granny Qian rushed over and shouted, Haoyu, what's wrong with you? Everyone help me call 120. Chan Xinshin also ran over in a hurry. Granny Tian slapped him in the face. Bitch, it's all your fault. If anything happens to my son, I will bury you with him. Maybe he felt that one slap was not enough to vent his anger, so he turned over and sat on Chan Xinshin and drove away. The whole venue was filled with Chan Xinshin's screams. After Song Haoyu was taken away by the ambulance, a group of guests who were eating and drinking were left behind. Because they had paid the gift money, everyone asked the hotel to serve the dishes quickly. After eating, they would go to the hospital. They ate while gossiping and the atmosphere seemed to be quite good. I was eating very happily. If Tian Tian hadn't stopped me, then I couldn't help but drink a few glasses. There was nothing I could do because I was so happy. After dinner, Tian Tian took me to the hospital. The hotel was only a few hundred meters away from the hospital. There were many people watching the excitement, and we were not out of place. When we arrived at the hospital, Song Haoyu was still in the emergency room for treatment. Chan Xinshin's face was swollen like a pig's head, with scratches all over it. He was crying breathlessly beside him. Granny Qian was worried about her son and cursed Chan Xinshin. Seeing them like this, I felt relieved. A week later, Song Haoyu came to the company to go through the resignation procedures. She asked me with red eyes, Man, did you know that I was in the late stage of cancer so you wanted to divorce me? I shook my head. It was you who insisted on making me divorce you because of my first love. I wanted to face it with you, but you disappointed me. Song Hao-yu was stunned for a moment. Slowly, I regretted it. I was dazzled by the halo of my first love. I glanced at him. Actually, he is nothing. You know, he is not sick and in good health, but I am going to die. I am not reconciled. Tian, and I really guessed it right. Chun Xin was just pretending. Once a man's sympathy and desire to protect come up, he gets everything he wants. I said lightly. He is your first love. He is not sick. Shouldn't you be happy? And haven't you seen his diagnosis? You live together, so you must know whether he has taken medicine or not. Song Hao-yu could hardly stand. He leaned against the wall and gasped for breath. Half a year later, Song Hao-yu died. Next to him lay the skinny Chun Xin. My ex-mother-in-law was covered in blood. I said that if my son died, I would let him be buried with him. Haha, Chun Xin is a vixen. She passed the disease to my son, otherwise my son would not die. It's all her fault. My ex-mother-in-law is crazy. When she was 30 years old, her husband died. She brought up Song Hao-yu, paid for him to go to a key university, and sent him to work in a central enterprise. Song Hao-yu was her pride and her spiritual pillar. Without her pride, she would be crazy. Tian hugged me and refused to let go of her. She whispered, "It's a good thing you are divorced, otherwise I'm worried that she will kill you. It's really possible. After all, no one knows whether she will blame me. Some extreme people are so difficult to guess what they are thinking." The ex-mother-in-law was sent to a mental hospital. I heard that she was looking for her son everywhere every day. I bought the house opposite Tian and lived with him. I felt more secure. Tian would take me to exercise whenever she had time. He always said that men were unreliable and you had to have your own. He was right. It didn't matter whether you had a man or not. It was good to have a girlfriend to accompany you. The whole article is over.